Okay, hopefully you've taken the time to work sample problem number 2. If you have not, go ahead and just stop right now and try to work this problem, and then come back and watch the solution. Now, the first thing that you want to be aware of here is that they gave us a factor of -2, but they said that it had a multiplicity of 2. So what that's telling us is that we technically have a perfect square trinomial embedded in this thing, because we use c equals to -2 twice. So we're going to use this 2 times in a row using synthetic division with the c equals to -2 2 times before we try to do any other factoring. So let's go ahead and set that up on the first one and get started. And you can see here I've used the -2 to set up the synthetic division with the given coefficients of the polynomial function. I'm just going ahead and work that down right now. And as expected, as it should come out, since we're being told that -2 is a factor, we should end up with a remainder of 0, and that's how it should come out if we're being told that that is going to be a given factor. And then the depressed polynomial is going to be x to the third, x squared, and an x. Now, we could go ahead, if we wanted to show every single step of factoring this polynomial, we could go ahead and rewrite the polynomial function with the given factor. However, we know that we're going to use this twice, and so we're just going to take the given information from the polynomial and the depressed polynomial, the given coefficients, and we're going to just drop them down and use those again. And from here, we're going to go ahead and work the synthetic division a second time. And as expected, we have a 0 for the remainder again, because we did say that it is going to be a factor a second time. So we're left with our depressed polynomial. Now we went from x to the third, so we're now going down to x squared and x. And we now have it down to a quadratic that we should, or hopefully should, be able to factor on its own. So now I'm going to go ahead and rewrite all of the factors of this and then factor the final quadratic. Okay, so what you can see I've done here is that I've rewritten the original polynomial function. I'm just going to go ahead and show you each step as we took it out of its synthetic division. What we have here is c equals to -2, and we know that the original factor was x minus c, which in this case was -2. So we know that our factor for this is going to be x plus 2. So we're going to, from our first synthetic division, we're going to have x plus 2, and then the depressed polynomial, which is x to the third. And we took that cubic depressed polynomial and we did a second round of synthetic division with the x plus 2 factor again. So I had a second factor of x plus 2, and that left me with the depressed polynomial of x squared minus x minus 30. Now it's my job, now that we're down to a quadratic, to go ahead and just factor that as necessary. And so I will be left with the following factors. And now we've broken down that fourth degree polynomial function into all of its linear factors, and that is ultimately what we're looking for. And again, if this were a polynomial equation set equal to 0, then we'd be able to set each of these linear factors equal to 0 through zero product property and solve for all of the x values. So this is a very important skill that you're learning that's going to set you up in later sections. So, okay, we'll talk about rational root theorem in the next video.